Boy, it has been a start to a semester that unlike anything I've ever seen before. And I first just want to acknowledge how exhausting it is for everyone right now. You know, I mean, whether it's the COVID, that's the first, it feels like we're just dealing with crisis after crisis. And that all of you are in that space and being really challenged with how to respond when there is so much coming at you all at the same time. So being in an online space, having concerns about health and safety, particularly as the COVID epidemic has disproportionately impacted our Black and Brown communities. Being concerned about wildfires. I know that a lot of faculty and staff and our students have been displaced over the last few days and weeks. And that certainly, although it seems like this round of fires is ebbing at this point, thankfully, and really grateful to the firefighters who have put their lives on the line over the past week to try to provide safety for all of us. Unfortunately, the reality is that we're in fire season. It feels like year round at this point. It's never something that is too far away from our concerns. And then just a few days ago, the shooting in the back of Jacob Blake, another incident of police not killing, thankfully in this case, but shooting in what certainly appears to be an unjustifiable way a Black man. And then the response that we're seeing of anger and frustration and rage, and people who then respond and say that it's just a lot. And it's a lot for everyone to process and at the same time be present in the middle of courses and programs. And we're asking you to start a semester when all of this is around you. And I want to first acknowledge that and recognize that we're with you and we want to support you in the middle of all this. And if that means you need to look at how we do school differently this semester, if you need to take time and space away from where we are right now because of all of these different pieces, please reach out to us and let us know. We want you to take care of yourselves because we want you to be successful. And being successful doesn't necessarily mean just turning in the assignments on time and getting through. It means getting the understandings that you need to be successful in the academic pursuits and careers and professional roles that you're aspiring to. I think the other piece that all of this underlines is how much the work that you are doing matters. The work of the professions and the academic pursuits that are part of our college is about changing the dynamics in our society in ways that will take us to a better space. And that's not to say that just doing it the way it's always been done is going to, that's not the solution. But we're committed as a college to creating transformative educators, therapists, counselors, school and community leaders. We're committed to finding ways to support our students, our faculty, and our staff to be transformative in their work around policy, around practice, around the language and communities and connections that we use and how we do this work. So we don't have all the answers. We haven't gotten it right. We're on a journey along with you and we want your input on how we can do better. But the work matters. And so every time there's these crises, what it says to me is first, I need to take care of the people who are in our community. We need to look out for and care for the people in our community. And second, we need to continue to do the work and do it better so that we're preparing you to go out and do the work of transforming our society so that we're in a better space. So it reminds me again of how important this work is. And I just want to express appreciation to all of you for choosing to be in this college and to be part of this work. Marcos?
Yeah, thanks, Heather. Well, I'm not really sure what else I could say after that, except to really welcome you all. I am Marcos. There's a lot of new faces that I'm seeing. So by way of introduction, I've been teaching here at San Jose State for like 20 years. And the last year and a half, I've been in the associate dean role in the College of Ed, and excited to kind of build our work in ethnic studies. So we're doing some really interesting projects in that area. Yeah, my mom was born in the Netherlands, and Helena, she comes from Holland. All her people are from that part of the world for generations. My dad is born in the United States, but all his people are from Durango, Mexico, also for generations. And I come here kind of like with a commitment to, being the son that they wanted me to be. And I have a partner, Esther, who works in museums, and two daughters, Xochitl and Citlali, who are also people that I'm deeply committed to trying to make the world the place that I want for them and for their children. So we're just, here today to be with you, to be in community with you, to build relationships, to understand who you are, what you're about, what your needs are, to just be in community with you, which is really hard to do. And one of the things that I'm really missing a lot right now, particularly as we think about the road ahead, right? And the work that we need to do around, I was just talking about ethnic studies, around racial justice, around addressing the needs of historically underserved communities, disenfranchised folks, in a lot of different aspects of our work. So it's exciting to be here, to have this time with you all. And it's important that we just honor the work that people have been doing. So trying to do equity work in the midst of COVID, trying to fight for racial justice, and challenging the need to continue to have to put so much resources into the militarization of police, when that militarization is being used to decimate, Black and brown communities in particular. So really interested in that work, and wanting to honor that as well as we do this. And I know there's so much for us to think about and talk about. So I think I'll stop talking, and again, just say welcome